If you turn your printer on for the very first time and you notice that moves, that's okay, because that just means somebody has pushed it out of the way. It always should return up into this area. If you was to bend this or adjust it, let's say, please call us for a service. We've opened up our spool of wire. We've opened up our spool of filament. And on this spool, it has a little tape holding this down. I like to go past that point by at least a foot and then cut that off. The reason why you want to do that is you don't want any contaminants going through the hot end. So we'll spin this side off. It's our right side. You'll notice that that slides all the way through to the other side. And I attempted to do it wrong, and I'm going to show you the wrong way. If you put it on here and try to feed this up here, this angle is going to be too tight. So you want to make sure on this side of the printer that you have your filament roll going this direction, because our brass connector is on the left side up here. It's really important to put this on the right direction, otherwise you're not going to be able to print reliable. I always like to take the wing nut and put it back on here so I don't have a mishap. And you want to tighten that down. You'll notice when it's tightened down, it still moves freely. Now, if you tighten this down and this spool does not spin, well, you're going to have to do something different. If this doesn't spin freely, you're going to have to take this back apart and see what's going on. If you bought a different brand filament than what we sell, it might be on a wider roll, and you'll have to get with us so we can help you out. This part that we call a hub is printed by us. You can always print a larger one yourself. So we got the spool on there, and there's some filament left in this tube. I always like to take it off right at the head. And if you notice, there's a little blue thing that we push down on, and we push it, this slides up, and then we just simply push it back in. The little blue guy right there is the release for that tube. So at this point, we want to be kind of cautious because there's filament in the machine right now. We don't want to break this off down here. We want to be cautious and just leave that sticking up. We'll come over to the control panel and we'll press this, our knob. It'll make a little beep, and we'll take it down to where it says control. We'll press the button in, that's all, like our enter key on a computer. We're going to go down to temperature. Press enter again, and we're going to go down to the right extruder, this being the right side, that being the left side of the machine. We're going to press right. When you press that, it comes up with the number 0. We're going to spin this dial and spin this up to 230 degrees because we're printing with ABS right now. If we're using a different material, please look on the side of the spool and see what the ideal temperature is. I brought that up to 230 degrees, and now I'm going to press the button. I'll scroll back up to the top and say go back to the previous menus. And now you can see where the R, which stands for right, has a little bump in back of it. And that little bump is what tells you that it's heating right now. We're going to have to wait for this to get up to 230 degrees. Now, if you bump the dial a little bit and you're at 225, 233, it doesn't really matter. We just need to be close to this right temperature to get this changed.